Future Stars is here, and it is just as confusing, if not more confusing, than it was last year. So here's everything you need to know to build your card without making any mistakes. This is the card I went for, Miulu. I originally chose him because he has a 5-star weak foot on his 75 rated card and is in form, obviously. So I thought that I'd be able to make him 5-star, 5-star. But this is not the case. Basically, the message here is that if you're choosing a player that's 3-star, 3-star, don't worry. Every card will end up being 5-star, 4-star, or 4-star, 5-star, and you'll see why here. You can apply the first skill move upgrade to get your player up to 4-star skill moves in this case. When you go to apply the second skill move upgrade to get the player to 5-star skills, you'll see in the restrictions that it says you can only apply 5-star skills to a player that has 4-star weak foot. Because he's got 5-star weak foot, it means he's capped at 4-star, 5-star, and there's nothing you can do about it. The same goes for if you choose a player that's 5-star skill moves and you go to try to apply the 5-star weak foot upgrade, it won't let you because you've got 5-star skills. So every card is capped to that same degree. So don't worry about trying to find a card that has 5-star weak foot or 5-star skills. It doesn't make a difference. The next important thing to note is that just using the Future Stars upgrades and the Future Stars evolution chain will not maximize your card. We've all seen the playstyle pluses and the base playstyles that are eligible for the player. Basically, when it comes to the playstyles, anything that you can choose as a playstyle plus, you can't have as a base playstyle and vice versa, which leaves out some pretty important options. By putting the player through other evolutions first, you can fine-tune the playstyles to get the ones you want that aren't eligible through the Future Stars evolution process. I knew I wanted Intercept, but I knew that I needed to have Incisive on the card as a base playstyle at least. That's where the creative director Evo comes in. You can put him in the academy contract first, and it won't affect the rarity of the card by putting him in other evolutions. I then went ahead and put 2 base player styles on from this list here. All the other ones are basically pointless. They're either not worth having, or I knew that he would get them through other evolutions. And then putting the first playstyle plus on as early as possible is really important. When you go and do the creative director Evo, you'll notice that it gives you pinged pass plus. If you already have a playstyle plus, you won't get pinged pass plus. The second playstyle pluses aren't that good. And the ones that are decent, long ball, jockey, first touch, technical, and pinged, were all going to be put on my card through creative director, so I knew that I didn't really need them as a second playstyle plus anyway. You put your first playstyle plus on, go ahead and do the creative director Evo. For a center mid, this is perfect because it gives you basically all of the passing playstyles that you want. After that, you can go ahead and put in your second playstyle plus. At this point, the order doesn't really matter. You could do the second playstyle plus later. Same with the skill move and weak foot upgrade. That part doesn't matter what order you do it in. Then I put him in get a move on just to give him some extra pace. It took him from, I think, like 83 pace up to 88. That's worth doing. Then you get your final 3 options. And each of these, there are 3 options within that you could choose. So you can do debut defender, midfielder, or attacker. For a center mid, you could do center mid cam or center mid CDM. And then again, club legend defender, midfielder, or attacker. Play around with these 3 in an Evo builder, see how the stats come out and what you want from your player, basically. This is what I decided, just focusing on defensive attributes more than anything, because my other center mid's pretty good going forward. This is a decent order to follow when doing the evolutions in terms of maximizing the play styles by doing other evolutions first. You can obviously just go ahead and do the base ones. Here's an example of a Kobe Mino card that's only using the Future Stars evolutions. And because Kobe's got base finesse shot, you don't need to choose it as a playstyle plus, leaving you all these other options, which is pretty decent. So when it comes to choosing your player, choosing players that already have some base playstyles that you want is really important. And then it means that you're not sort of pigeonholed into deciding which playstyle pluses you're going to choose. But yeah, this is the basic order that I would follow in terms of maximizing the card for the playstyles. That's the most important thing. As we know, stats aren't so important, playstyles are. And so, yeah, I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comments. If you've got any questions, also let me know in the comments, and I will see you later.